Before we do this video, um, this is a tobacco channel. I do use tobacco. I smoke and chew on these videos. I will probably chew more than anything. But before we get started with this video, let's go ahead and pack a lip. And today we are packing Grizzly Wintergreen Long Cut. And today I think I'm going to talk about the first time I chewed. Let's get this lip in here and then we'll get on into it. Oh yeah, nice big hogger. There we are. All right. Gotta open my spitter. And today I'm just using a Dasani water bottle. I don't know, I didn't really have much else to go on. So, all right, so the first time I chewed. All right, and I'll do a separate video on the first time I smoked. So, first time I chewed in my life. I was going to Duluth East. I was, let's see, this was just what, like 3-4 years ago. So I was about 14, 15, something like that. Well, no, I would have been 15 that year. And my buddy comes in. He's like, "Hey man, I got chew on me." I'm like, "Well, no, I was smoking at that point. I've been smoking for about 5-6 years now." So I said, "Well, you mind if I try some?" And he's like, "What?" I says, "Yeah, you mind if I try some of your dip?" He says, "Oh, you mind? You're asking if I can bum me a pinch?" "Yeah, sure." So he gives me a ticket because, we're in school. So he kind of slips the tin into my side pocket. And I go to the bathroom and I didn't really know how to pack a can. I mean, I knew how to do that because everybody did that. that was a fucking thing. But so I got into the bathroom and I didn't pack the can at all. And I didn't have a spitter. So 2 mistakes right there. First, I didn't pack the can, and 2, I didn't bring a spitter. So I put the lip in, and I took a pretty big. Well, I mean, it wasn't as big as like I do now, like with this, but it was pretty considerable, given the fact that I never chewed before. But so I put the chew in, and I flatten it out, make it look like there's nothing in my mouth. And I was in culinary class. There's my third mistake. There's 3 mistakes already. Didn't pack, didn't spit. And I was in class. I was in culinary class. And that day we were deveining shrimp. And I love seafood. I love seafood. So what I did was, because a lot of the kids were nauseated by the smell of seafood in that class. So I took it upon myself that I was going to lean over the garbage can and fake that the smell of the raw shrimp was giving me nausea and making me want to throw up. Thankfully, I didn't until the end of the class, but I got hella buzzed. I don't buzz anymore. It kind of sucks because I miss the buzz, but that's what happens. Anyways, so I'm leaning over the garbage can, and the teacher comes up. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this on this side then, because that's making hella noise when I go to reach for it. But so the teacher comes over and he's like, I'm like, "Hey chef, I'm not feeling too good. It's the seafood." And he says, "Well, then go back in the classroom." And I was already feeling queasy at that point. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm feeling like I'm gonna throw up. He says, "All right, tell you what you do. You grab a cup of water." And right then I was like, "Oh fuck. Oh fuck, I'm gonna have to gut this." So it's like, "All right, grab a cup of water and just down it. And then walk back to the classroom. If you throw up when you get in there, make sure you're in front of a garbage can and make sure it gets in the can. So I'm like, all right, chef, sounds good. So I go over, I grab a cup, I fill it with water. And I remembered one of my buddies, the way he kind of tucks his lip like this. Because most times your lip is just hanging out there like this. But he tucks his over his teeth like this. So I did that. And I just chugged that entire cup. And it was probably, no, probably, oh shoot. I was using the Dasani bottle, now I'm using a Monster can. It's probably about the same size of this bottle. So it had some volume to it. But I downed that and I made it to the classroom. And no one was in there. So, of course, I'm sitting in the back thinking I'm all cool and I'm feeling kind of sick and I'm spitting in the garbage can, and all of a sudden I feel it right towards the end of class. Everyone was in the classroom at that point, but I felt it kind of bubbling up from my stomach. And I knew right then and there it was like, oh, shit. So I grabbed the garbage can. I picked the garbage can up. I start walking towards the front of the class. I shit you not, 6 steps from where I was sitting, blue chunks everywhere. Everywhere. I think I got more on myself and more on the floor than I did in the garbage can. So I spit the dip out before I threw up, thankfully. Otherwise, that would have been really disgusting. But, I told the chef, and he's like, all right, well, you only got a little bit to wait. We'll give you a garbage bag, and you can ride the bus home. So I ended up, and I was in foster care, so I ended up riding the bus back to my foster home, and foster dad looks at me, what's with the trash bag full of liquid? And I said, that's puke. And he says, all right, what'd you do? I said, I don't know. I said, I'm just feeling sick. And he said, well, why don't you go ahead and go on up to your room and I'll take care of the throw up, and you drink some water while you're in bed and just lay there and kind of relax, and we'll get this figured out. So I got upstairs, and I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know what happened, I don't know if I said something, but he came back up and asked me if I had smoked or chewed. And for someone in foster care, you're smoking or chewing, that's bad. That's bad news. That is some bad news, motherfuckers. Anyways, so I'm like, no, I don't even go near that stuff. And he says, well, because chef told me you were missing for the first 5-10 minutes of class. He didn't mark you absent, but you were missing. And I said, well, yeah, I wasn't feeling good already. I was in the bathroom, trying to make sure that I wasn't like pale or nothing. And he says, okay. So he goes back, down to his office or his study, I should say, and does some paperwork and comes back up about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, right about when he was ready to head out. And he says, you feeling any better? I said, yeah, I'm feeling a hell of a lot better. And he says, well, do you know what it was? And I said, I think it was just one of them stomach bugs gets in you. So he says, all right, and he leaves. Comes back the next day, says, you're not going to school today. I says, well, what's going on? He says, well, I just want to make sure that if you're still sick, nobody else gets sick. So I'm going to spray Lysol on all the doorknobs. I'm going to use Sandy wipes to make sure that everything's clean. I'll make your lunch for you. I'll make your breakfast. I'll make your dinner. If you think you can hold it down. I said, shit, I ain't hold anything down. But no, he was real chill about it. I mean, of course he was, because he didn't know. But needless to say, that was one of the worst days of my life. And yeah, and the reason I threw up wasn't because I was like buzzing too hard. Like I had a major buzz, but I had dealt with that kind of buzz before when I started smoking. But the deal was I didn't bring a spitter, so for the first 5 minutes I was gutting, just pure gut. So it was just like, fuck. But yeah, that's the first day I ever chewed. So if y'all liked it, go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, hit that little bell, give it a little love. And I'll try and get something uploaded later on in the week. So until, take care, stay happy, stay healthy, stay hungry, stay humble.